Nintendo.
Ugh. Last thing I wanted to hear was any kind of demonic voices saying Nintendo. But anyways, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mario franchise with Luigi's Mansion, my next Let's Play for the Nintendo GameCube. And yeah, first GameCube game for this channel here. And Luigi's Mansion, it is, ironically enough, a launch title on the GameCube. Yeah, I mean, you weren't expecting that, right? Because, because looking back at the other launch titles, the Super Nintendo had Super Mario World, the N64 had Super Mario 64, the GameCube actually has Luigi's Mansion, a spin-off game for the Mario franchise, with Luigi as the protagonist. And you never expect that, right? Just having Luigi, the player 2 of the whole franchise, just having his own game as a launch title. So it's surprising. You never expect that, but it's a welcome one. And because of that, then this would really be ambitious for the GameCube, and does attract a lot of attention for that here. Just kind of like rev up its reputation here, but yeah. So yeah, I decided to come back to the Mario franchise with this game, and I mean, it's not really like the traditional sense of traditional platformers and all that. No, it's entirely different. Another kind of a gameplay or new kind of gameplay style. Just with Luigi as a protagonist. And so I want to start this one, and I gotta say though, I feel like this, uploading this video now seems appropriate enough because, I know it's already the month of September, but I'm already seeing a bunch of Halloween shit coming up on the in the stores, and it is getting pretty close to October, the month of Halloween, and so, I mean, I guess I could have waited till then though, but I figure, I'll probably just, upload this video, even though, and it is getting pretty close to Halloween though, so, I feel it's appropriate enough though. Alright, so yes, So yeah, let's talk about, the whole plotline for Luigi's Mansion. So, apparently, Luigi won a mansion in a contest that he did not enter. And so, what happened was that, Mario also hears about this, but then he goes storming off to check out the mansion, and he hasn't come back. So, Luigi goes and follows suit to find Mario. And so, yeah, he just looks at the ticket there, or the whole paper, and, see the mansion is supposed to be all sunshine and rainbows. Which actually seems suspicious enough, though, because the mansion is actually located in a rather creepy-looking dense forest, and the mansion itself actually looks very dilapidated and very dusty, too. And so, well, I mean, it's something. I mean, probably better than nothing at the very least, so we'll just have to, just check it out anyway. And so, yeah, that's where the game starts. So, so start with the basic controls. Obviously, looks like moves Luigi around. The A button has two things, like Luigi can interact with things, but also when he's walking around, then he can actually call for Mario. And so we just got this first key that some mysterious ghostly entity just dropped. So let's go open this door and see what this is about. Oh yeah, look how scared Luigi looks. I'm actually gonna like that, because oh god, ugh. Orange ghost, hi. Oh, what the. Oh, hello there. Who is this old dude right here with a strange swirl eyes? Oh, he's vacuuming the ghosts? What's this, Ghostbusters? I mean, it is kind of like a, homage to Ghostbusters. I mean, they kind of took notes from it, too. Oh, you dick. Ouch. Ugh. I sure take a lot of knocks in this line of work. I'm getting too old for this ghost-catching tomfoolery. Okay. Anyway, nice to meet you. I'm Professor Gadd. Yeah, Professor Gadd. I like that. This house, I swear it seems to have more ghosts every day. What's a young fella like you doing around here, anywho? Yeah, so what he's saying is that apparently its mansion is actually infested with ghosts. I mean, obviously, it has to be haunted, though, because of how, it's located, what it is. Uh-oh, this looks ugly. Alright, youngster, look lively. Follow me, post haste. Alright, so what does it got for us? So your name's Luigi. I think our paths were destined to cross. Well met, Luigi. Where's this, you ask? Why, these cozy quarters are where I do my ghost studying. Professor Gadd's Ghost Research Laboratory. The lab, if you're of a shortening mind. You won this mansion in a contest you didn't even enter? Sounds pretty fishy to me. So you believe the mansion actually exists then? Strange. I've been living here since I was a lad of 20 or so. And I'll tell you, that mansion appeared just a few days ago. The spirits have fooled you. Yeah, so apparently, this mansion never existed at all. It just, suddenly appeared, like, right out of thin air. So, considering the fact that, if you're connecting the dots together, then, with Luigi winning a mansion from a contest he didn't enter, and, the ticket kind of like looking convincing, but it's actually, in a very spooky area. So, so yeah, that really does seem suspicious enough, and I probably wouldn't trust it anyway, but, I guess I gotta see it. So, yeah, apparently, like I was saying, Mario went missing. Yeah, another game, for, what is the sequel to Mario's Missing for the Super Nintendo? But yeah, apparently Mario went missing, and so now Luigi has to go find him. This is actually what the controls look like. Yeah, at least it actually shows you something about the controls. I mean, you actually change the settings, though, to either standard or sidestep, which has just a Luigi moving left or right, though. I recommend you stick with standard, though, because over there you have free control, though. I never did sidestep, and I honestly don't want to, though, because I really don't like having to play games with limited controls. I just kind of like, go for a free flow. Alright, so this is where he talks about the game, or the whole gameplay, and the whole, what your main objective is, and, basically the core thing of the gameplay. So what we have is this vacuum cleaner. It's called the Poltergust 3000, and that's actually a cool name, though, and, kind of nice design, too. What it does, though, is that it can basically, suck up ghosts. That's what it is. So, if you move the C stick around, then you can actually just control the nozzle of the Poltergust. And if you press and hold the R button, then Luigi will start to initiate the vacuum. And so here's actually training us on to how to actually catch a ghost, because that's basically what the whole main gist of this whole game is, that we're here to catch ghosts. So kind of like Ghostbusters is what it is. Although I will say, aesthetically speaking, the mansion itself kind of gives me some Resident Evil vibes. Alright, so here's what you do. So Luigi has this flashlight with him, and I didn't talk about the flashlight. If you press and hold the B button, then Luigi will turn the flashlight off, but then if you let go of it, then he'll turn it back on. So what you want to do is that if you see a ghost, you shine the flashlight onto the ghost, and that will stun him momentarily. And then you'll see its heart. And then as soon as you hit the flashlight, and then that's where you can go ahead and quickly press the R button, or press all the R buttons to activate the Poltergust. And you want to do it quickly, though, because they'll be stunned for kind of a short time before they actually they start moving again, and then they'll try to attack you in return. So yeah, as soon as you start that, then just go and use Poltergust, and then all I have to do is suck, suck, suck. Yep, just like that. And so just keep doing so. Usually the regular ghosts, the orange ones, have 10 HP. And so once they start to drain down, then that's when you can go ahead and just suck them in. So it's going to bring in a lot more ghosts here. It's actually not really required to do perfectly, though. And, sometimes it can get pretty finicky as well when it comes to having to shine the light on the ghosts. And so when it comes to sucking up the ghosts, we have to make sure, they'll try to pull away from the suction of the vacuum. So what happens is that you have to pull the analog stick the exact opposite of where they're going. So say, for instance, if they're going right, you have to pull the control stick left. And so that's basically how vacuum works. So you're basically just pulling them in is what it is. So that's what the whole thing is, though. And sometimes it can get finicky. It might take some getting used to, especially having to pull back on the analog stick just so the opposite direction. But just make sure it's the opposite direction of exactly where they're going. Just take a look, and then if you pull the opposite, then you'll be able to suck them in like a real nice. So and not that way, folks, but just that's just how it is. So anyway, so here we are in the gallery, or the museum. Well, actually, it's just the gallery though, but it's more like a museum to me, honestly. Though, well, I mean, they're kind of the same. And so this right here that I just used is the Game Boy Horror, which is actually modeled straight from the Game Boy Color. And it's I gotta say it's kind of losing its time though, because this game being released in 2001 as a launch title for the GameCube. That's also when the Game Boy Advance is out as well. So I mean, it was already making its new rounds. What you do with the Game Boy Horror is that well, they actually have two distinct buttons though. If you press the Y button, then you'll actually see the overhead map here. So yeah, you can see. You just move around, and then you see the whole layout of the whatever floor you're on in the mansion. If you press the X button, then Luigi will switch over to the camera mode. And oh yeah, if you press the Z button, you actually see your stats there, or your whole status for what ghost you caught, or the portraits here. And so so yeah, if you press the X button, then yeah, Luigi will actually go to the camera mode, and so you can actually analyze some certain things. And then if you press the A button to analyze some objects, then Luigi will actually comment on them. So yeah, he actually does have the dialogue there. And so, do his own kind of commentary. So yeah, basically, Egad's whole situation is that apparently, he's a ghost researcher, and so he has a bunch of portraits that has a unique ghost, or basically the boss ghost that we'll be encountering in this playthrough. And so apparently, the big boss of the overall booze, yeah, obviously we'll be seeing the booze here because because there has to be. But the leader of the booze apparently just went in and released all the ghosts from the portraits, and so now they've scattered about in the mansion. And so the whole objective is here is that not only do we have to find Mario, but we also have to find the ghosts that have escaped the portraits and recapture them and put them back to the portraits because because apparently Egad actually keeps the ghosts in the portraits though, but I'm pretty sure they don't really mind so much though, but but they just somehow got released from the for the portraits, and so now all that work is gone, and so yeah, now Egad wants them all back, and so that's all we have to do, just find the find the ghosts, and then just capture them. But basically the whole unique ghost characters that we find. So yeah, that's all there is. So yeah, it's kind of whole gist. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and start our mansion journey, and yeah, you guys are like, good luck. Oh well, fuck you then. Yeah, that's kind of encouraging. So we're gonna go ahead and begin our whole ghost journey here. Now, one thing I gotta say though, I really do like how they kind of integrated more on Luigi's personality. Oh yeah, first there's a toad right here. Yeah, you actually see some toads that are around here in the mansion somehow, and so yeah, they're also looking for Mario. What happened is that apparently Princess Peach sent them over to look for Mario. And so, yeah, they got lost in this this big mansion here. So, yeah, Peach wants it back. And, the reason? Well, because they're good friends who support each other. Am I right? Yeah, basically the whole gist of the toads here is that, they actually help you save your progress. So, like, usually after, at some certain points, when it comes to saving, it's usually for each of the exo. But that's actually where the toads come into play. So if you see the toads, this is actually where your save points are, so they'll help you save your game. So in case, if you ever want to take a break from this game, then you just talk to the toad, and then that's where you save the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and save that right here. And there we go. And then there's another thing we also want to do as well. If you actually go over to the right here, we see this, we have to go back in this cloth right here. And so just, yeah, select that right here. Yeah, this will be our mirror right here. So if you ever seen in mirrors, and what they do is that if you go into camera mode in the Game Boy Horror, if you analyze that one, then the mirrors actually go and they will teleport you over to the main lobby. So you want to make sure to just get rid of that cloth and suck it up, and then that way there, you'll be able to have instant teleportation back to the foyer. Alright, so here we are in the parlor, and, it's, here it is here. So, yeah, like I said, this mansion is incredibly dusty, and, not very ideal for, wanting a mansion like this. There's so much cobwebs around here, and, it's really in desperate need of a fixer-upper, considering how not only messy and dusty, but also dilapidated as well. Uh-oh. Who put out my candles? You, Mr. Lime Green? Well, dark rooms are dangerous around here, yes. They love the dark, and now they will get you. Blah. Now you're in for it. Blah. Just like Little Red Cat before you. May you wander lost in the darkness forever. Are you afraid of the dark, little man? Are you? Huh? Blah. Here they are now. Alright, so this will be our, official first encounter of those ghosts. So, yeah, just remember what you did in the training room, just, and, just flash the lights at you, or flash the flashlight over right at them, and then just so you activate Poltergust, and then suck! Just like that. Now, one thing I recommend you do, though, is that, I actually kind of fumbled this, though, and I don't remember doing this at all, though, but I would actually recommend that you turn the flashlight off, and then as soon as you see the ghost, and, you're facing the ghost itself, though, immediately you turn the flashlight back on, and then that's when they get stun locked, and then that'll be a chance to suck them up. So yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do this all right here, so I kind of forgot I was supposed to do that though. But yeah, do as I say, not as I do. So now every time you pick up a key, the Game Boy Horror will immediately go and go into the layout mode, and then you'll see where the key is. So that way there you'll see which door to unlock those. So in a way, it's actually pretty easy to not get lost. It's hard to get lost around here though, because you always have the map layout for the Game Boy Horror with you, and then just see where you need to go. and then you have the key that's going to be right at the door. And so, yeah, that way there you'll know where to go. So this game is actually pretty straightforward because of this, though. And, that's actually one thing I really do appreciate about this game, though, is that, it may seem labyrinth-like at first, though, but you won't really get lost in here easily, though. So it's actually, it's actually a pretty solid, not too bad of having to navigate your way through. Now, the next thing you saw just right here, you also want to make sure to check every nook and cranny that there is, because, one thing about this mansion is that it is loaded with money. Do not tell Wario about this, though, because he'll shit his pants, he'll go dashing over there, and then just name it all. Like, oh, yes, all their money goes to Wario. But yes, yeah, and the reason, though, I say that, though, is that, yeah, I see a bunch of the money right here. If you see some money, suck them all up, and you want to make sure to, collect as much as you can, and, want to make sure to, just get all those. And, that's why you want to check every nook and cranny, though, like, those tables, the drawers, and the chandeliers up there. Because, they all may contain some money in there, so you want to make sure to give as many of those. And the reason for that, though, is because, at the end of the game, you're actually graded for this here. So, you'll be, this game actually has a ranking system, and that actually depends on however many you collect here. So, the highest ranking it is the A rank, and then I think the lowest is D, or was it E? I think it's D. Oh, and by the way, folks, that right there is a poison mushroom. Avoid that at all costs. Make sure you do not pick that up, because what happens is that Luigi will start to grow shrink to a small size. I said it the opposite way, but yeah, the poison mushroom actually shrinks Luigi down, and he will not be able to use the Poltergust at all. So make sure you avoid that at all costs. But yeah, anyway, yeah, you see the coins here. You also see the cash around here, and also the gold bar. So make sure you pick up as many of those, because yeah, like I said, at the end of the game, you're graded for this. You'll be ranked depending on the amount of money you pick up. So make sure you pick up as many as you can. Now this guy right here, this is a speed ghost. So the minute you see though, you see this right here, and I actually fucked up here. So yeah, once they disappear, then they're kind of gone for good though. But you also make sure to quickly get those as much as you can as soon as you see the speed spear, because if you suck that one up, then they will then you actually you'll get a lot of cash. You'll get a shit ton of cash and all the money as well. So they're really for nice bonuses too. But you want to make sure to be quick about it, and then just catch or suck them up as quick as you can though. The only problem is that the other ghosts will try to impede that your kind of way too, because they'll try to punch you, and then you won't be able to catch that speed spear. But you want to make sure to get get as soon as you can. I wasn't able to get that one though, because the ghosts already caught up to me. And these green ghosts, these are the trash ghosts. They will throw banana peels at you, and you'll slip over them. You lose your coins, and then they kind of get stunned as well. They're very annoying to deal with. I will say that much though. So yeah, and they also drop banana peels as you're sucking them up too. So yeah, just be careful with them as well. And yeah, there's a bunch of more cash, more money, and all that though. And yeah, also on the lower left corner of the screen, you'll see this. That's your health meter. You see those hearts, so you want to collect those as well. So that way you can actually fill your meter, just in case you ever get hit as well. And there's a key that's up there too. I gotta say that I really like that jingle every time you pick up the key. I love it so much when it goes like da 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 da. Yeah, I love it for some reason. I don't know why, but it really has a nice ring to it. It's really catchy too. But yeah, one thing I really gotta say though is that so as you probably know, Luigi is very cowardly here. But knowing that Mario is actually in the mansion somewhere, then he doesn't want to leave until Mario gets saved first, because they're brothers, and so he'll do anything to help to save him if he's in danger. He's willing to risk his life for all that. That goes to show being a good brother and all that though. But yeah, one thing I will say, I really do love how they integrated the cowardly persona into Luigi, and that's actually really endearing and kind of adorable in a way. Actually gives Luigi more personality than Mario. That's why Luigi's better. God damn it. But yeah, and I think what it is though is that I'm pretty sure it's because Nintendo took notes from the Mario cartoons like Super Show, the Mario 3 cartoon, and Mario World. Because Luigi was always portrayed as being very cowardly, not so much with Ghost though, but like pretty much everything. And so I think they must have taken notes from the shows, and then they integrated that to Luigi in this game, and so they kind of made it like that though. So I'm pretty sure it's what it is though, but only for Ghost though. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was a mirror here. So if you analyze on the Game Boy Horror, then you'll be teleported back to the foyer, the main entrance. So yeah, that's what it is here. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this off here. So next time on Let's Play Luigi's Mansion, we're gonna go explore further in the mansion and see what else is in store for us. So I'll see you guys next time.